morning. It's me, Katie Scott, with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and I'm just going to give you a minute to get ready. While I get ready, just putting up the chat so I can see if anybody pops in. I do these Ustreams when I have the chance, so they are not scheduled, so I typically only have one or two people that tune in, but I think a lot of people watch later. I did get the comment the other day that a woman said that her husband was giving her a hard time because she watched me unload scrapbooking supplies from the scrapbooking yard sale for an hour. But that was kind of exciting, wasn't it? Okay, so the holidays are coming. Things get really busy for me in my job outside of the scrapbooking room in the last quarter of the year. So things are always really busy for me, and my daughter's birthday is coming up next weekend, and then Thanksgiving, and my mother's having a surgery, and Christmas, and it just gets to be an extremely hectic time of the year. So I try to simplify things as much as I can. I start listening to Christmas music now because I love Christmas music, and we always, as a family, we watch like Christmas Vacation and Elf, and there's a lot of favorite, and the Christmas Story, the one with the BB gun, Red Ryder BB gun. So there's a lot of those movies that my family really enjoys watching together. But one of the ways, if you're a coffee drinker, that I love to get in the Christmas mood is to drink flavored coffee creamer, and it doesn't really seem like a big deal. And usually I drink soy creamer, so I think this is just full of chemicals. Yes, it's horrible. But it's so yummy. So I drink flavored coffee that's flavored like the holidays, and that somehow gets me in the holiday spirit. Just gonna put this over here for a second. The other thing that we usually do at our office is we usually put out Christmas cards, and I'll show you what we do. Coming back. I'll be right back. So my husband and I have a small office, and for our former clients, we will usually put out a Christmas card of our family. So this is a photo from our Christmas card, and usually we'll go down to the beach and take a family picture, and I totally intend to do that this year. But what I don't intend to do this year is the Christmas cards. And these are my sort of my December daily albums. There's some more Christmas shots. And I will definitely, and my kids know, and if they ever see anybody wearing a white shirt with khaki pants, they're like, Mom, they must be going to the beach to get their Christmas pictures taken. Because that's what we usually wear. It's too funny. But usually I will get, here we go. This last year we had major Christmas card issues. And so this is just my little envelope from last year's Christmas cards, and on the back here I wrote, we took the Scott family beach Christmas photos just before sunset on November 29th. I used my Canon Rebel and my new Gorilla style tripod. This was the first shot and the best shot. I can't find that Gorilla pod. I'm so upset. And then I write, December 1st, Christmas card issues, printed too dark. So after several trips and phone calls to Sam's Club, which I don't get your cards done at Sam's Club, that's my advice to you, use Shutterfly or Walgreens, I can't seem to get them to print correctly. And they were not helpful, and there was all sorts of excuses. Trying to keep my Christmas cheer. It was a mess, but we will usually print up like postcards that we'll send to everyone. And since you order them in like 20, lots of 20, and see they were way too dark. But anyways, I got all different styles. So usually we do that every year, and usually we order somewhere around, I think last year was somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 cards. So even if you're getting a bargain for the cards, if you're me, that is, I'll tell you approximately how much we spend on Christmas cards. So say you're getting your cards for, 33 cents. 0.33 times, let's just say 3,500. That's $1,155, and then you do postage, and I think this is less, but it's about $2,000, $3,000, because you also have to get them out. So you're paying people or doing it yourself to get them out. So this year, we heard this little saying. We're going green and being green, or saving green. So we're going to do that this year. We're going to still get our pictures taken, but we are not going to send out thousands of cards. We're just not. And I'm going to put up on my business blog and my personal blog, which is my personal blog is Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking at typepad.com. We're going to put up the family pictures on there, and we're going to call that good. So there's our stress. There's my number one tip for stress-free holidays. So these are my December daily albums. They were old magnetic albums that I took the stuff out of. And so they're in good shape. Be right back. Oh, I won't be too far. Okay, so this year, the other thing we do for my office is the people that we want to thank or send a gift to. So like corporate gifting, right? You can buy, there's all sorts of catalogs, and Harry and David's and Cheryl's Cookies. What else? I think it's like Wine Country Baskets or something like that. But what I find is except Harry and David's, that's hands down. Everything from there is awesome. And they have the Tower of Treats. I'll show you the Tower of Treats. It's the coolest thing ever. I have a picture of my son with the Tower of Treats. They have pears, and they have, let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. Their pears are what they're most famous for, but really everything that they make is amazing. So usually we're lucky enough to have someone send one of those to us every year, and it's just so delicious, but I can't find it. But it's also for the Tower of Treats. I think it's like $100, or anywhere between $50 and $100. So I'm going to show you what I did to save some green this Christmas. I'm going to make a so I'm an accumulator of baskets, and I bet you other scrappy ladies also are, because I just kind of think you probably love baskets like I do. So I have lots of baskets. This is a great big basket. This is probably one of my biggest ones. So I don't know how much this would be if you bought it at the store. But anyways, I already had it. So I gathered up all the baskets that I had. And now what I'm going to do, oh no! I'm going to show you what I bought for the baskets. But I have a thing that's going to go on the underneath. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this basket, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to show you what I bought. I went to Target. Cookies for $2. I should be writing this down so I can total it up for you. Hold on. There we go. So I believe those were $2. So $2 cookies. The basket was free. The dark chocolate drizzle popcorn was $4, and this is like 12 inches high, so this is huge. We also happen to be, my husband stopped drinking like 3 years ago, and I barely drink as a result now. I'll have an occasional glass of wine if I'm out, but I don't really, like, I would never open a bottle at home anymore. Not because he doesn't, just because, I don't know, I just don't, and I don't really drink anymore. And when I do, I have a beer. But it's weird because I never drank beer when he drank beer, and then he stopped, and I maybe have like 6 beers a year. So it's not very many. So there's a bottle of wine that we already had. We have like, say, 20 bottles of wine, because this is what happens too, is when people come to a party at our house, or if they want to give us a gift, they give us a bottle of wine, and we no longer really drink. So we regifted. So there's out there for the world. If you're receiving my gift and you have actually given us this exact same bottle, we've regifted it to you. $3 for the Pepperidge Farm gingerbread men, just because I really like those. $5 for flavored coffee. Oops. I'm trying to write these down and my pen's not really working. It's a Sharpie. $2 for the stash tea. And what I try to do is get things that, like, if we're, say, giving this to a lawyer's office or a doctor's office, the lawyer would take because we work with other lawyers, but the lawyer would probably take this home, and then the rest of the stuff would be shared with the office staff. Because I think a lot of times if it's all just in there, sometimes I think the boss just takes everything home and doesn't share it, which isn't cool. They should share. And a candle, I have a ton of candles. This one I got at a yard sale for free, but it's brand new in the wrapping. So I have those, and I also have these chocolates. Hello. From Cold Stone Creamery, and they looked really tasty, and they were $4 at Target. So there's another 4. And then what else did I buy? I bought these like Thanksgiving-ish looking napkins at the dollar store for $1. I try not to go there. I saw the Saturday Night Live skit with where they translate. Yeah. And yeah, everything there I think is made in China. And then I just took some random things that I already had, like that were fall-ish, to decorate with. So the theme is, I'm going to give these away at Thanksgiving time instead of Christmas. So we're $6. Hold on. That's 10. And then 21. So $21 for the basket. That's like $21 for a basket from one of those companies, and you're not getting very much. So I think this is a good basket with a lot of stuff in it for $20. So that's pretty green, right? Okay, so the way I want to build these baskets is, in this one, I kind of just want to see, yeah, I'm probably not going to stuff the bottom. I know in a lot of baskets that you get, they'll be like stuffed full of stuff, and like you can use your old bags on the bottom if you want to, but I think I might just use a little bit of newspaper just for, be right back, just for places to put things. Okay, so we didn't even bring the newspaper in yet, but my husband's gonna go get that. My faithful assistant. Okay, so then I also bought at the dollar store this clear, what do they call it? Transparent gift wrap, which seems kind of silly, right? But I think that, so there's two options with that. One is to wrap the whole basket, and the other is to wrap the things individually. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it yet. Let's just see. Let's just experiment a little bit. Oh, lots of stuff going on here. You have like, it's so funny in this room because there's 6 feet of counter space here, and I think 4 this way, and it's completely covered. There's not an inch to work in. But that's okay, that's how I work. Thank you. I just want something to rip up. Can I get the sports section maybe? Let's see. We're not sports fans, so I can use the sports section. I know I won't bother him with that. And sadly enough, the Bucks extra too. We hope the Bucks are successful, all of our local teams, but we don't watch. It was very funny because we had a guy come over on Halloween, and he was dressed up like some sports theme thing. But I'm sure it would be really funny if you knew about sports, but we don't, so he had to explain it to us. I'm going to do the ones like that. I think that looks cute. Looks, baskety. And then what I did is when Charlie turned 50, we did a Hawaiian party, and we got like a table runner that looked like a skirt. So I've cut that up, and I've got these like raffia that I'm going to use to tie up the bags. So they'll look all kind of Thanksgiving-ish. Okay. Can you see me? I know the light is not very good in this room. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. It looks festive. So I'm not going to wrap everything. And then what I wanted to do is I had these are flowers. And I'm going to just take this apart because I can use this for decoration. And I can also use those leaves for decoration. Wow, this is a substantial one. It's got stuff all between it. This actually came from a bouquet that I put out every year. But I'm sort of getting old to me. So I thought I would just recycle the parts or just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, this is like harder than I expected to take apart. I also got these at Dunkin' Donuts last year, and so even though this isn't Dunkin' Donuts coffee, the bag is really cute, and it came with like a little thing. Little coffee scooper thing. I might leave that in the bag, but then I'll put the coffee actually in there. Ta-da! That's cute. Or I might leave that like that and then put something else in that bag. I'm gonna take the little tag off though, I think. So there's that. Yeah. I can put this in here, and then that will instantly look fancier. Well, I want that to be a little bit more space. Put these cookies in here. The other funny thing is I've noticed that I always wear this t-shirt when I'm doing these videos. I don't know, the quality of this wrap isn't as fancy as the other one, but I'm going to use it anyways. It looks fairly good. It's not as pretty as the other one, but that's okay. So yeah, the thing with the baskets is, what a lot of times when I receive them, what I find that happens is we go through and we eat the good stuff, the people, and I like to share with everybody at the office so that, either we'll open it up and eat it while we're at the office, or we all kind of like divvy up which baskets we thought were the cutest and everybody takes one home. It just kind of depends on what they look like and what's in them. But I find that a lot of times if we open them up, there's always like a few items that no one, like they're just like shortbread cookies. No one ever eats those, at least at our place. No one ever eats those. So, I don't know. I think this basket will be full of things that people actually like and cost less money. And I made it myself, which is fun. So here's my basket. And then here's the box extra. Let's see what happened. I can't even tell. Land Rush. Flaunting Cadillac show the potential to form. I hope they won. It's not obvious whether they did or not. Although, probably if they did an extra, I'm going to guess they won. So I'm just like kind of stuffing the bottom here, just so there's a little bit of place to make things fit better. And then over that, I'll put the kitchen towel. I'm just going to take the tag off there. And that's just like a, oh, that's nice and big. Ta-da! So that's just going to like kind of take off the edges like this. So far, how much have I spent? $1, right? That's not bad. Okay, I want to put the wine in first, and I've kind of made a little hole for that. There's the wine in first. I guess that's a good place to put it. I don't want it to be really poking out too much because I don't want it to fall down. And then the other thing that needs the space is this big bottle of popcorn. So I've kind of created like a little hole in the newspaper. You see that? And so a lot of those baskets that you get, like the gift baskets, are full of fluff. And so this has a little bit of fluff, but only for the purpose of we need a little stability. So that's the only reason I'm putting the fluff in. Not to like make you think you're getting this giant box and actually it's just a small box. Because that's just lame. That's worse than regifting wine in my book. So here's the, I think I might put this kind of behind. Yeah. There we go. So then that's that. The wine and the other big thing aren't falling out. And I think I want to wrap that. My little gingerbread cookies. Oh, this is so cute. Those cookies. And yeah, if you want to, I want to wrap my little candle. It's really cute. So I have 10 of these to make. And I'm sure if I wasn't talking, it wouldn't, like, I can assembly line it way better, but I wanted much better. But I just wanted to give you an idea in case you have gift giving. If you're like in that, what am I going to do about the holidays situation? The other cool thing is if you can get out like Thanksgiving baskets to people that, you know, aren't in your immediate family, then like you can cross those off your list. So then they're done. You know, you don't have to still be worrying about that in December because there's enough to think about in December. I read somewhere that in December You should only stress out about December things. You shouldn't worry about other things. Like, you should say, like, for anything else in your life, you should be like, oh yeah, that's not a December thing. So I'm only going to worry about December things this December. I thought that was pretty clever. Oops. Okay, so this is not perfect. That's okay. Don't know I made it. There. Ta-da! So I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm just gonna add some like crafty goodness here. 'Cause, you know. 'Cause that's fun. Let's see. This is another thing that, like, I have this garland that I kind of put out every holiday season, and then we have to put it back, and I think that it would be nice to just use it up and not have to store it for another year. So this is like repurposed stuff that I'm using. This seems like that needs something there. Let's see. Yeah, it's just missing one of these. There we go. Ta-da! And then maybe. I don't know if that helps. I don't think that really adds up there. It might be cute down here. Possibly. I don't know. Oh. See if it will fit on the end of this little string. I think that it will. So it's like half of that flower that I started tearing apart. But it seems to be working. It's holding together. And chances are, if the people aren't crafty, they're not going to think like, oh, I think I'll save that and make it into a crafty thing. Because that's what the crafty girls do, right? If you're crafty like me, you're thinking of how can we save that for next time. I don't like that on there. I think it's better without that. So there you go. $21. Ta-da! It includes wine and coffee and goodies. And that is all. And I usually do scrapbooking on this show, but I'm going to share some of my holiday-ish things, but this will be probably the major share with that. So that is all. We will see you later. Goodbye, people.